Hey, Vikings faithful. Skull Nation, what's good? Buckle up, because the rumor mill is spinning faster than a J.J. McCarthy spiral. We're diving into the hottest talk in Minnesota. Could our hometown hero, Adam Thielen, be making a triumphant return to the purple and gold? The whispers are loud, the stakes are high, and we're breaking it all down in 15 electrifying scenes. Is this the reunion we've all been dreaming of? Or just another tease? Let's get into it. What do you think, Vikings fans? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The buzz started last week when reports surfaced that the Vikings were in talks with the Carolina Panthers to bring back wide receiver Adam Thielen. This isn't just any player. We're talking about a Minnesota legend who carved his name into Vikings history over 9 incredible seasons. From undrafted free agent to two-time Pro Bowler, Thielen's story is pure skull magic. But here's the kicker. Despite the hype, recent updates suggest this deal might not be as close as we thought. Are the Vikings still in the chase? Or is this dream fading? Stick with me to find out. Picture this, US Bank Stadium, Week 1, 2025, and Thielen's back in purple, hauling in a touchdown pass from J.J. McCarthy. Chills, right? But before we get carried away, let's unpack the facts. The Vikings need receiver help bad. Jordan Addison's 3-game suspension and injuries to Jalen Nailor and Rondale Moore have left the depth chart thinner than a Minnesota winter. Thielen, with his veteran savvy and familiarity with Kevin O'Connell's system, seems like the perfect fit. So what's the holdup? Let's dive into the first piece of this puzzle. Minnesota's front office, led by Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, isn't sitting idle. According to Ben Goesling of the Minnesota Star-Tribune, the Vikings are still chatting with the Panthers about a potential Thielen trade. Goesling even dropped that Thielen himself is excited about the idea of coming home. Can you imagine the vibes if he's back catching passes alongside Justin Jefferson? But hold up, there's a twist. NFL insider Josina Anderson threw cold water on the rumors, saying a deal is not likely at this point. What's really going on here? Let's break it down. Thielen's no stranger to Minnesota fans. From 2014 to 2022, he racked up 534 catches, 6,682 yards, and 55 touchdowns for the Vikings, ranking him among the franchise's all-time greats. His 2018 season, 113 receptions, 1,373 yards, and 9 scores, was straight-up legendary, tying an NFL record with 8 straight 100-yard games. That's the kind of firepower J.J. McCarthy could use in his first year as QB1. But with the Panthers' stacked receiver room, is Thielen expendable? Let's explore that next. Carolina's got a youth movement at wide receiver with first-round picks Teteroa McMillan and Xavier Legette, plus young guns like Jalen Coker and Jimmy Horn Jr. Thielen at 35 is the veteran leader, but his $6.25 million salary and expiring contract make him a trade candidate. Last season, he played 10 games for the Panthers, snagging 48 catches for 615 yards and 5 touchdowns. Solid numbers, but not the 1,014-yard explosion he had in 2023. Could the Panthers be tempted to deal him for a draft pick? Let's dig deeper. The Vikings' need for a receiver is urgent. With Addison out for the first 3 games and Nailor nursing a hand injury, the depth behind Justin Jefferson is shaky. Lucky Jackson might step up, but he's no Thielen. Minnesota's GM confirmed on KFAN radio that they're inquiring about receivers, and Thielen's name keeps popping up. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported the Vikings have reached out to Carolina, but the price is a sticking point. A 5th-round pick was floated as a starting point. Too low for the Panthers? What do you think, Skull fans? Now, let's talk about the Panthers side. They're not just giving Thielen away. He's been Bryce Young's most reliable target, with a deep ball connection that was among the NFL's best last season. Trading him now, before the season starts, feels risky for a team building around Young. SI.com's Joe Person noted that Carolina's not eager to let Thielen go unless the offer's right, like a 3rd-round pick. The Vikings, though, might only go as high as a 4th. Is this a deal-breaker? Let's keep going. Imagine Thielen back in Minnesota, mentoring young receivers like Jordan Addison and Ty Felton while giving McCarthy a dependable target. His route running and hands are still elite, even at 35. In 2023, he proved he could still ball out, hitting 103 catches for 1,014 yards. But here's the rub. The Panthers restructured his contract in March, bumping his 2025 salary to $6.25 million. That's affordable for Minnesota, but Carolina might want more than a late-round pick to part with their veteran leader. What's the real cost? The rumor mill got a boost from an unlikely source, Thielen's wife, Caitlin. She posted on Instagram, teasing big news, which sent Vikings fans into a frenzy. Was she hinting at a trade? Turns out, she was just trolling us with a cute post about their dog learning to swim. Gotta love the Thielen family's sense of humor. But her Minnesota roots and the timing of her post keep the speculation alive. Are you buying the hype? Or is this all smoke? Drop your take below. Let's talk about J.J. McCarthy for a sec. Our rookie QB is stepping into the spotlight, and the Vikings are all in on giving him the tools to succeed. Thielen's familiarity with Kevin O'Connell's offense, he played under him in 2022, makes him a plug-and-play option. Tom Pelissero on The Rich Eisen Show called Thielen a guy who knows exactly what O'Connell wants to do. Could he be the key to unlocking McCarthy's potential? Let's see what's next. Back to the trade talks. Why the holdup? The Athletic's Diana Rossini reported financial hurdles in early discussions, suggesting the Vikings might need to sweeten the deal or take on more of Thielen's salary. Carolina's not budging easily. They see Thielen as a mentor for their young receivers and a safety net for Bryce Young. If the Panthers hold firm, could Minnesota pivot to another veteran like Hunter Renfrow? What's your dream trade target, Vikings fans? The clock's ticking. Week 1 is less than 2 weeks away, and the Vikings need answers. VikingsTerritory.com reported that sources believe a deal could be imminent, possibly announced over the weekend. But with Josina Anderson's update casting doubt, it feels like we're stuck in a Skol limbo. Thielen's excitement about returning is a good sign, but will the Panthers play ball? A 5th-round pick might not cut it. What about a player swap or a conditional pick? Let's speculate. If this trade happens, it's more than just a roster move. It's a homecoming. Thielen, a Detroit Lakes native, grew up idolizing Vikings legends like Chris Carter and Randy Moss. Returning to Minnesota for what could be his final season would be poetic. He's hinted that 2025 might be his last ride. So imagine the storybook ending. Thielen catching a game winner in the playoffs. Are you getting goosebumps yet? Let's wrap this up. All right, Vikings Nation, here's the deal. The Thielen trade rumors are a roller coaster. Talks are happening, but the finish line's not in sight. Minnesota needs him. Thielen wants to come home, but Carolina's playing hardball. Will we see number 19 back in purple by week 1? I want to hear your predictions. Smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow Skol fans, and let's keep the purple pride alive. Skol Vikings!